Okay. Hello, my name is Roman Iospa. I'm CEO of the Diaton Tonometer. We're here at SECO International in Atlanta with top members of Young ODs of America. Honored to be here. We actually met earlier. We discussed various topics from SECO being here in Atlanta to attendance to also a tonometry device that we have, which actually enables also to measure independent of the potentially spread of the infectious diseases and so on. Unfortunately, as I was traveling to Atlanta, Newark Airport had not many people flying out, and that's the concern. One of the reasons we're gathered here today is to see how optometry is being affected by the coronavirus and how some of the technologies and or practices can enhance and make patients feel a little safer, and as well as practices and people that work there. So I would like to introduce Will Toe to take it from here, and Will.
So, yeah. Hi, my name is Will Toe. I practice in San Mateo, California, one of the partners of Young ODs of America. And, I agree with what you were saying in terms of, what's happening with this coronavirus. I mean, it's almost unfortunate that it takes something like this for people to be more aware of how quickly infectious diseases can spread. It's not like a month ago diseases were okay, and now this month we have a problem. It's always been a problem, and while there's always been regulations, I think sometimes people can become a bit lax in terms of what's needed to be done in order to prevent diseases from spreading at a wide scale. So having I think opportunities to and working with different companies, having access to different equipment where we can do everything we can to protect our patients is definitely a very important thing. Yeah, just you want to introduce yourself?
Please. Justin, would you mind introducing yourself for everyone? Thank you.
Hi, my name is Justin Bazan. I am from Park Slope Eye, which is in Brooklyn, New York, founding member of Young ODs of America. We're fortunate enough to be positioned across from each other here, and I was actually learning quite a bit about the importance of how we can help minimize the spread of infection and utilize safety protocols and take precautions in our office, and also utilize devices that are easily maintained in a hygienic way without having to throw it in an autoclave. And I appreciate learning more about the Diaton Tonometer because it is one of those devices that would help simplify that and also make sure it maximizes the safety that we want to maintain in our offices. One of the other things that I also learned is somebody who practices with scleral lenses, the impact of a scleral lens on intraocular pressure, and especially in our glaucoma patients who are also scleral lens wearers, what effect are we having on that pressure? And quite honestly, the method of measuring IOP that I use just doesn't work with a scleral lens. I'm not going to be able to do it. So learning more about how the Diaton can help me with my scleral patients who have glaucoma, or just learning more about the changes in the pressure that it causes was eye-opening to me.
Thank you so much. I appreciate you sharing your experience and commenting on scleral lenses. It's another important topic and another risk factor that we should be paying attention to. Unfortunately, now it kind of got overshadowed by coronavirus, and how we should not, as practitioners as well as us, mentioning all the time that we minimize the infection because we're measuring through the eyelid without touching the mucous membrane with the device. Now everybody all of a sudden pays a little bit more attention to it, and I appreciate you noting that. And anything you'd be able to add, please.
My name is Kirk Kaupke. I practice in New York. I own 2 practices. I also work in a cornea and contact lens practice, so I am very familiar with that process. We see a lot of patients on a day-to-day basis, and we have to make sure that we are not only keeping ourselves safe, but keeping future patients safe that are going to be in that chair. And so that includes taking care of all the equipment in our office, because that patient has no idea who was in that chair before them. And so it is something that we want to be mindful of and make sure that we're keeping everyone safe.
Fantastic. Well, I know you also had experience with the Diaton. We had you test it. Also, I know you'll have an implementation of at least a device or some in some of your practices. What made you think, or what does the Diaton solve for you? If you don't mind, just whatever came to mind. I'd appreciate your comments.
So I'm John Nguyen. I practice in Bronx and Brooklyn. I was introduced to the Diaton today, and it was actually a very easy device to use. The one thing that came to my mind was that I check my pressure with Goldman's, but if I don't have to use proparacaine and tetracaine as often, with the rising cost of proparacaine and tetracaine up to $30 to $60, on a business side of things, you're looking to save a lot of money in the long term by using a Diaton, and that's what I learned today. Now, I will try to take a look at it and implement it in my office and see how it goes.
Fantastic. That's great. Gentlemen, unfortunately, in today's day and age, we need to be mindful of any place that we go. Let it be the movie theater, let it be me taking my daughter to the park. And I am concerned, but other patients are also concerned, just besides stepping out, but they need medical care, they need eye care. Hopefully our technology will help you to deliver that care, and I know we had a discussion on that. Hopefully this will help you do what you do best with the patients and create that confidence level, because we need that, and you guys are young ODs of America to deliver and emphasize that message, and I appreciate you commenting on that. Anybody would like to add anything, please? Will, I know you always have something great to say, please.
I don't know about that, but I will. I do want to just touch a little bit more on top of what you were just saying. And honestly, as we see in the news what's happening with coronavirus, there's the logical side of our brains understand that this isn't as bad as some of the things that we have going on. And it's really no need to have this widespread panic. But then, the emotional side, sometimes gets in the way. And, what we want to do is always make sure, that we, in terms of our patients and our interactions, that we help them out in both aspects, and that we address both aspects of it. That, yes, we're here to take care of you. We do have a sterile environment in our practices. We clean in between every patient, but also at the same time, we are always doing everything we can to make sure that we have access to things that will keep you safe. You shouldn't be scared to go to the doctor to get sick. It's very important that during these times, if you're worried or you have symptoms and you believe you have it, that you do go to the proper clinician who will take care of you. So the proper clinician is also the one that has the equipment that will keep you safe and not potentially cause more harm. That would be the opposite of what we want to do. So, once again, I just want to keep addressing the fact that it's just having the Diaton as a device that allows you to supplement what you have. It doesn't replace what you currently have. It supplements and gives you another option for certain patients that need to have their pressure measured in a certain way, or just are uncomfortable with some of the current methods we have, with or without a virus outbreak that we are currently having. So I always appreciate having more options. Putting more tools in my toolbox is always a good thing as a clinician.
Fantastic. Justin, anyone? Well, guys, I appreciate you sharing your feedback. It's not just the feedback, it's the way we think today, it's the way we practice today. We always have patient care in mind. We as a company, we try to innovate. We also, we're not just a device company, we're part of the community, we're part of the society, and we want to kind of give back and get this message across to many, that we as an industry trying to help to prevent the spread of these diseases out there, and hopefully it passes on and we don't need to kind of use these technologies out. But I want to thank the young ODs of America. You gentlemen are great. I always keep an eye on you, and looking forward to following you as well. So thank you for your time, for being here.